Imagine walking down a street in America and seeing bodies slumped over, motionless. Eyes wide open, mouths slightly ajar, some frozen in place like statues, others twitching, bleeding, rotting. They're not dead, but they're not alive either. No, this isn't a horror movie. This is not a post-apocalyptic Netflix show. This is Philadelphia, and the place is called Kensington. It's not just a street anymore. It's what the world now calls Zombie City. In Kensington, sidewalks have become morgues without walls. People lay half-conscious, faces sunken, arms pocked with infections. You'll see someone walking and suddenly collapsing mid-step. Others just stand completely frozen for hours. Locals don't stop. They've seen it before. Kids walk to school past these scenes. Shopkeepers mop blood off their sidewalks like it's part of daily cleaning. But make no mistake that this isn't normal. This is collapse, quiet, slow, and devastating. At the center of this human breakdown is a drug cocktail that is horrifying even by today's standards. Fentanyl, a synthetic opioid 50 times stronger than heroin, is already killing Americans at record speed. But now it's being mixed with something far worse: xylazine. Xylazine is a horse tranquilizer. It's not meant for humans. It doesn't even respond to naloxone, the life-saving drug used during opioid overdoses. Dealers lace fentanyl with xylazine to make the high last longer. But it comes at a terrifying cost. Xylazine doesn't just sedate you, it hijacks your nervous system, dropping your heart rate, dropping your blood pressure, putting you in a trance-like state. You stop feeling pain, you stop responding, and while you're stuck like that, your body begins to rot. Xylazine causes necrosis. Your flesh dies from the inside out. Open wounds appear. They don't heal. Some people lose their arms, others lose their legs. Many don't even notice they're bleeding. And the worst part? Most are still awake, trapped in their bodies, numb, frozen, forgotten. I stood on a corner in Kensington once. A man was lying on the ground. He wasn't moving. His back had a hole, deep, infected, leaking, but no one stopped. A little boy passed by with a backpack, looked once, then walked on. That's when it hit me. This isn't just a crisis of drugs, it's a crisis of human disconnection. Because when a child sees a rotting body and doesn't flinch, something in our society has already died. You might think this is limited to Philadelphia. It's not. Xylazine has now been found in nearly every US state. The DEA calls it the zombie drug, and it's spreading like wildfire. Why? Because it's cheap, it's strong, it's addictive, and because desperation is more contagious than any virus. People who were prescribed opioids after surgery, people who lost jobs during COVID, people who were already struggling, they're slipping through cracks so wide they feel like open graves. This crisis doesn't discriminate, but it hits hardest among the homeless, the unemployed, veterans, people with trauma or untreated mental illness. And shockingly, it's getting younger. Reports now show teenagers and people in their early 20s turning to fentanyl-xylazine mixes. Some are found overdosed at bus stops. Others are taken in too late, their wounds beyond repair. So, where is the system? Where's the safety net? The answer is complicated and painful. Naloxone, the miracle drug that reverses opioid overdoses, doesn't work on xylazine, because xylazine isn't an opioid. There's no approved treatment for xylazine withdrawal. Hospitals aren't equipped, rehab centers aren't ready, and police? They've mostly stopped intervening in Kensington, overwhelmed, outnumbered, and unsure what to even do. Some nonprofit workers still come, hand out food and clean needles, but they too admit, this isn't healing, this is barely surviving. This is not just a drug crisis, it's an American collapse. When a nation loses its ability to protect its most broken people, when our children grow up stepping over human remains, when we normalize the sight of decay and call it urban life, we must ask, are we still a society or just survivors in a slow-motion apocalypse? Can this be fixed? Yes, but not with slogans, not with another war on drugs. We need national awareness, mental health funding, emergency detox centers, street outreach, and the political will to say, these people still matter. Because every person lying on a sidewalk was once a child, a dreamer, a friend, a son or daughter. And right now, they're crying out for help, even if they can't say a word. If you're watching this from your home, your car, your phone, if you feel far away from all of this, Just remember, no one wakes up and says, "I want to rot to death on the sidewalk." These are not monsters. They're not zombies. They are people, and they need us. America, it's time to look in the mirror, because Zombie City is not just a street in Philadelphia. It's a warning to us all. Share this video, because some stories aren't just meant to be watched. They're meant to be felt.